Hello everyone, Dark Blaine here, back playing some more AFK Arena. And in this video, I want to look at Oku's signature item, furniture, skills, and engraving. So, Oku is the newest hero that we have, the newest Wilder hero. So yeah, he's of the Wilder faction. He's a strength-based hero, which yeah, he definitely looks like he'll be a strength-based hero here. He's going to be a tank class. So yeah, I was thinking he was either going to be a warrior or a tank. He's going to be a tank, and his primary role is a tank. So yeah, I'm hoping he's going to do some tanking here. I'm going to start by looking at his skills. I'm going to look at his ultimate skill first. It's called Trembling Mountain. Oku delivers a powerful blow to the enemy before him, knocking them back towards the edge of the battlefield, dealing damage equal to 360% of his attack rating to the enemy, also stunning them for 5 seconds. When used against an enemy that has a shield or who is immune to control effects, the damage is increased to 75%, or increased by 75%. If the skill Vengeful Grievance is unlocked, 18% of Oku's Thorn Volition is expended and dealt as additional damage to the target. Level 2 damage is increased to 400%, and level 3 damage is increased by 100% if used against an enemy who has a shield or is immune to control effects. So he'll just pretty much do a blow to an enemy, and he'll do a lot of damage here. And it'll do even more damage to enemies who are immune to control effects or that have a shield. It'll also stun them, which is very nice. 5 seconds of stun, which that's actually quite a long time for a stun. And then if the skill Vengeful Grievance is unlocked, 18% of Oku's Thorn Volition is expended and dealt as additional damage. So yeah, you need that Vengeful Grievance unlocked. Okay, so let's move on to the second skill. This is Vengeful Grievance. So if you have this unlocked, it'll do extra damage on the ultimate skill. Every time Oku is attacked, he receives Thorn Volition, which has a value equal to 90% of the enemy's attack power, and which is unaffected by any damage reduction effects. Oku's Thorn Volition can reach a max value of 110% of his max health. Thorn Volition will naturally lose 10% of its value every second. Its value can be expended by other skills, increasing skill damage by a value equal to the amount of Thorn Volition expended. When actively used, Oku deals damage equal to 280% of his attack rating to nearby enemies, also taunting them for 4 seconds, during which time he receives 40% less damage. So that 40% less damage sounds really good. Level 2, when actively used, Oku taunts enemies for 6 seconds, during which time he receives 40% less damage. Level 3, Thorn Volition has a value equal to 120% of the enemy's attack power, and is unaffected by any damage reduction effects. Oku's Thorn Volition can reach a max value of 130% of his max health. And level 4, when actively used, Oku taunts enemies for 6 seconds, during which time he receives 60% less damage. So that level 4, 60% less damage, that's very good. Yeah, he receives 60% less damage, that's a lot of damage reduction. Okay. Beetle Bash is the third skill. Oku uses his Beetle Companion to initiate multiple attacks, dealing 230% of his attack rating per attack to the enemy, also reducing their tenacity by 15 points for 6 seconds. If the skill Vengeful Grievance is unlocked, 10% of Oku's Thorn Volition is expended and dealt as additional damage to the target. So this one is once again using that Vengeful Grievance, and he'll use his Beetle Companions to deal damage to the enemies here, and also reducing their tenacity as well. Level 2 damage is increased to 250%. Level 3 enemy tenacity is reduced by 20 points. And level 4, if Oku is stunned, terrified, or prevented from healing within a span of 15 seconds, Oku's attack will inflict the same negative effects on the attacker for 2.5 seconds. So if any of those happen to Oku, they will pretty much happen to the same thing will happen to the attacker for 2.5 seconds. Which that sounds, I guess, pretty good. And also remember this level 4, this is one of the engraving skills. The engraving affects the bottom 2 skills. So yeah, that level 4 skill is actually from the engraving. Okay, let's move on to the final skill, Basing Fist. Oku delivers a powerful blow to the enemy before him, dealing 300% of his attack rating as damage to them, knocking them to the ground. As the skill Vengeful Grievance is unlocked, 15% of Oku's Thorn Volition is expended and dealt as additional damage to the target. So all the skills besides all these skills here use the Vengeful Grievance. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be very important to have that Vengeful Grievance skill unlocked. Level 2, Oku immediately receives Thorn Volition with a value equal to 25% of his max health when he uses this skill. Level 3, damage is increased to 330%. And level 4, simultaneously removes enemy shields and buffs. So that, once again, that level 4 is the second skill for the engraving. And that level 4 skill, that engraving skill, that sounds pretty good. It's removing enemy shields and buffs, which that actually sounds pretty good. Yeah, and this one once again just does a strike to the enemy and does quite a bit of damage to the enemy. That's what a lot of these skills sound like. They just sound like they just do strikes to the enemy. And yeah, I saw a little bit of the taking with the I believe it was the Vengeful Grievance when it's doing less damage with the Vengeful Grievance. That looked like the only skill though that really has any tanking abilities to it. Okay, let's move on to the signature item. Signature item skill, Forest Restoration. 20% of Oku's Thorn Volition that is expended due to him actively using skills is converted into health for himself. So he's going to take that Thorn Volition that is expended, take a portion of the Thorn Volition that is expended, and use it for his own health. Plus 10, 40% of Thorku's Volition is expended due to him actively using the skill is converted into health for himself. Plus 20, the speed at which Thorn Volition is naturally lost is reduced by 50%, and the portion of Thorn Volition that is lost is converted into health for Oku. And plus 30, 40% of Oku's Thorn Volition that is expended due to him actively using the skills is gradually replenished over the following 4 seconds. So he's using part of the Thorn Volition as health for himself. The speed of the Thorn Volition being lost is reduced, and the portion of Oku's Thorn Volition will be gradually replenished for 4 seconds with the plus 30 signature item. Yeah, that sounds pretty good. Yeah, this signature item sounds pretty good. Okay, let's move on to the exclusive furniture. See what Oku has in terms of furniture. And it's called Parrying Posture. The 3/3 here, the amount of Thorn Volition Oku gains through any means is increased by 30%. So he'll get even more Thorn Volition no matter what he has through any means. And 9 of 9, every time Oku receives a Thorn Volition equal to 20% of his max health, any damage he receives is permanently reduced by 5%. Damage reduction can be increased to a total of 25%. So here's even more tanking for him, reducing more damage. Maximum damage that can be reduced is 25%, which that sounds pretty decent. That sounds pretty decent on top of the 60% from the level 4 of the Vengeful Grievance skill. That sounds like quite a bit of damage reduction there. So yeah, that 9 of 9 furniture sounds pretty cool. And I already looked at the engraving because of the bottom 2 skills. So I'm going to go over to the Arena of Trials, and I'm just going to use them in the test part of it. And yeah, the actual Arena of Trials has already started, but I'm not going to do the actual Arena of Trials. I just want to look at the wooden dummy here. I just want to see how he performs here. Yeah, I'll do the Arena of Trials later in a later video. But right now I just want to look at him through the wooden dummy. And he's just doing a bunch of strikes here. And that looked like his beetle companions on his arm there. And there's his ultimate skill. That pushed him all the way to the other side of the battlefield. That pushed him a long way there. So yeah, I feel like that could definitely work with Screg and Bay team with Kren and Screg. I feel like that could potentially work with that because of that pushback over to the enemy side of the battlefield, and then the bombs from Kren could just explode, dealing damage and everything. I feel like that could work. Now, overall, yeah, there's not really. It's not really like anything really special with him. I don't think. It's just he's just doing a bunch of like punches and everything like that. No, really, the animations are not really that special, really. I guess you could say. Yeah, he's just punching everyone. Yeah, he hasn't taken too much damage. Yeah, it looks pretty cool though. I guess it looks pretty cool. Okay, there's that one, and yeah, that's all I really wanted to do for the Arena of Trials. So yeah, there's Oku. My initial thoughts on him is, I mean, he's doing quite a bit of stuns, he's doing a little bit of stuns, which is great, and he has that damage mitigation, which is also cool. Yeah, I just feel like all of his skills though, he's just punching and everything like that. He's just doing powerful blows. Delivers a powerful blow. Oku uses beat a companion to initial multiple attacks. Here delivers a powerful blow. That he's just attacking really. And this one is when he's attacked. Yeah, this is really this is the skill that I feel like is the most different out of all the skills that he has. I feel like Lilith could have been a little bit more creative with Oku here. That's just my opinion anyway. That they could have been more creative with his skills. But yeah, that's just my opinion anyway. And if you like this video, make sure to subscribe. There'll be a button above my head that will allow you to do that. And if you want to see some more of my other videos, there'll be some videos to the left of your screen. And thanks for watching.